Hi everyone, hello. I know it has been a minute, so forgive me. I wanted to take the time today to talk about some of the items that helped me when I was going through the chemotherapy part of the journey. I'm probably just going to focus on the items that were just for the chemotherapy side of the journey, and do a separate video of items that helped me recover from the mastectomy. I know for the most part, if you've watched any of the previous videos, then you probably know that I didn't have a lot of side effects. So there's not a lot of things that I had to do or buy or purchase to kind of help me cope or help me get through side effects of chemotherapy or anything like that. But there were some key important items that either I made sure I did every time or make sure I had every time with me, or just things that made me feel more comfortable as I went through changes. Just whatever it is that I feel like I need to share, that's what I'm going to share pretty much essentially. So I'm gonna start off with, that I had to do chemo infusions through a port, and so that was done at the hospital. The hospital in general is cold, or tend to have colder temperatures than most people would like to have, and so I was gifted a beautiful sweatshirt from a very special sister of mine that had a beautiful message on it that was so appropriate for the situation and what I was going through. And so I made sure that I wore that sweatshirt every single time. And so that's just kind of what I'm going to show here. You can have any type of sweatshirt, but I do recommend that you take a sweatshirt or, long sleeve or cover, or just something that has, that feeling of being warm and cozy for you. This was my sweatshirt that I wore for every single infusion. Every time I went to the hospital, didn't matter if it was hot, cold, it didn't matter. I had this on because clearly you see the message that's on it that says, I don't have to understand, God, I trust your plan. And so again, it was very, very appropriate because I didn't understand why I was going through what I was going through. But I did know that I needed to trust God in the process. And so this was my constant reminder every week, every treatment, every infusion. It gave me the strength and the assurance that I needed that everything was going to be okay. All right, so yeah, take a sweatshirt if you're going to infusion centers because it tends to be pretty cold in there sometimes. So kind of layer up. You can pull things down and go from there. One of the main side effects that I did have was hair loss. So I lost everything, was completely bald. Again, you could go back and watch a previous video, even from where I started shaving it and all of that. So yeah, this was clean. So caps were, they were a go-to for me for a long time because I tried wigs. I did the wig thing for a few weeks initially. I'm pretty sure I got some videos. I got a couple videos with wigs on. It's just that wigs didn't work for me. They looked like wigs. They were ugly. They were hot. They were definitely hot. So yeah, for the most part, I never really wore wigs. Caps were my go-to. So I have, just knitted caps. This is my little Super Mario mushroom. This is the little mushroom head cap that I had. There's another one in this bag. You can go all out, be super cute at that point. This is another one that was donated to the Cancer Institute. And so this one I didn't wear as much because I got it more so towards the end when my hair started growing back. So I didn't wear this as much. It's still pretty much brand new, but it was super cute. I had these kind like this with the the little braid thing. So yeah, go all out on caps. These I know for a fact you can purchase on Amazon, and I'm not an Amazon affiliate, so I have no codes or links or anything like that. I tried to become an Amazon affiliate. Amazon denied me, so I don't get anything for anything that I recommend. But like I said, I know that you can go on Amazon and get these. I'm just gonna try to put it on so you can see what it looks like. And I'm not in front of a mirror, so it probably looks crazy, but again, it has this little braid thing that can go around it. Hang on. So yeah, I had these in several different colors. These were gifted, but again, I know that they come from Amazon, so be sure to check out Amazon for different caps and things. But yeah, blue, gray, black. This was another one that I got kind of towards the end as a gift. I think this has the little knot in the front. I don't have to try all these on, but I'm just trying to give you an idea, different ways to cover your head. So my go-to was a head cover and make sure my eyebrows were done. Sometimes I did lashes, sometimes I didn't, but for the most part, I always had something covering my head. So this one was a favorite. This one was like really popular just because of the colors that was in it. That has the little already knotted front. When I didn't wear those, I also had like just scarves that I knew how to tie, whether I tied it in the back. I had a black one, I had this one. I don't know where my black one is, but yeah, I would just kind of tie it and then knot it around, either in the back, or I knot on the side, or even sometimes I'd bring it to the front, just kind of like this, and tie it, cover my ears, kind of twist it. Sorry, I'm trying to move fast because I don't want this to be super long. And then I would just kind of take my time. Of course, it would be a prettier knot, but I just want you to get the idea. So yeah, I had a couple caps, knitted hats, head wraps, whatever. Those were like, again, my go-to things. Scarf, I took the scarf with me on chemo days. I didn't wear it a lot outside of that. I took it a lot on chemo days, again, just to kind of have, again, that extra soft, warm, snuggle layer. This actually, it ends up in one of my other videos too as a head wrap, because I showed up one day and didn't have a wig, forgot all my caps, and this was the only thing I had in my bag. And so just like you just saw me do with the animal print, I did the same thing with this. I tied it and had it knotted up, and it looked like a whole nother different head wrap. So this had multiple functions, but definitely was something that I took to every treatment with me. A nice warm blanket I'd recommend. Soft, cozy, warm. They will have warm blankets at the infusion center. I'm pretty sure they usually have like reclining chairs. They offer you snacks, water. They offered warm blankets, and so I would get them to give me a warm blanket, but just, you know, having something else soft against your skin, it just makes you feel a whole lot better because you're there so long. Like infusions for me and my diagnosis, my treatment plan took hours. Like you plan to be there all morning and part of the early afternoon. And so, yeah, it was just, you know, you just kind of want something to make you feel like you're not necessarily going to the cancer center. And so any little item that makes you feel warm, comfortable, relaxed, it helps. I see people bring these. I didn't necessarily bring this, but something to kind of color, to occupy your time. Again, you're there for hours, so that stuff helps. So yeah, just a little book and some colored pencils, something like that you want to throw in your bag, that would be helpful. Socks, definitely, because most times I just wore like some little easy slip-on shoes, because again, I like to recline in a chair. I have my, you know, my sweatshirt pulled down, and I'd wear the sweatshirt, and I would wear like a cami. That's what I have on right now. I'd wear a cami under the sweatshirt so that all I had to do was kind of pull my arm out. They would access the port. This is my scar, but this is where the port was. So they would access it. As you can see with a cami on, you could easily access the port. We'd access it. She would pull the tubing like this kind of up, and then I slide it back down and put my sweatshirt back down. And so my tubing and IV connection would just kind of be outside my shirt. Super comfortable, didn't bother me at all. But again, I would get super comfortable. So my sweatshirt, blankets, socks, because I kick my shoes off, recline back, and just be extra comfy. These socks I had on every single time because of just the message. They say, let me see if I can do it. You probably can't see it because it's gonna be backwards. But it says, one foot says keep, the other one says going. And so it was just that constant reminder for me, every treatment, just to keep going. Don't focus on what it is that you're going through, just, keep going. Another item that was super important, sorry, Matea's crying in the background and I'm trying to focus on what I'm trying to say. Another item that's that was super helpful for a side effect, because like most of what I said right so far wasn't necessarily about side effects, but side effects, one of the side effects that I had outside of the hair loss was hot flashes. I had hot flashes really bad, like it was terrible. And so we went on Amazon. Again, I don't have a special link. You can go on Amazon and get any kind of fan, you want. But this little neck fan, oh my goodness. This helped me get through the summer. I have no words. This thing here stayed with me because my kids, they did track and field. So there was a lot of times where I was outside, either for practice or for meets or whatever the case may be. So it was hot, humid, miserable, plus the hot flashes. I would have hot flashes every hour. I know I've talked about that in, like I said, some of the previous videos. So hot flashes was a big deal because I'd have them like every hour on the hour. They were hard to deal with. And so I'd feel like I was burning most times. It started from my head and it just worked its way down my body. And so having this, as soon as I would start feeling my head, like it felt like my head was kind of like on fire a little bit. And so as soon as I would feel that flush, I just hit this little button and just take a deep breath. So yeah, a neck fan for hot flashes, you definitely want to get that. Definitely. So one of the side effects of, I don't know if I've ever shown these in another video or not. So, if I have, then here you go again. If I haven't, then please enjoy this information. So one of the side effects of like Taxol, the TC combination, Taxol, carboplatin is like tingling, neuropathy in your hands and feet. I saw that a lot from other survivors, people who was going through treatment. A lot of people talked about it. The doctor mentioned it. It was in the side effects sheet that they gave me. So clearly it was a big deal. And so I did not want neuropathy. I didn't want any pain, numbness, tingling in my hands and feet. And so I researched that people were doing like ice therapy to help like prevent that from happening. And so what that meant is while you were getting specifically the Taxol, when that was being infused, you would put your hands and feet in ice and keep them cool to minimize the amount of Taxol being flushed through your fingers, if that makes sense, because you're getting it through your port, which is going to be going throughout your whole body through your major veins. And so it's going to go through capillaries and all of that, get down to little veins, get to your hands and feet as well. And so to minimize the flow of that as much as possible, you do the ice therapy. And so this was the upgrade. Before these, I just had these, some Ziploc bags. I keep 4 of these in my bag, got 2 hands, so 1 for each hand, 1 for each foot. And we'd get there and we just ask my nurse for ice, or sometimes Cedric would just go to the ice machine, depending on which infusion center we were at. And so we'd fill these up with ice, and when it was time to do the Taxol, I just kind of place them like, just like rest my hand. You got to find like a comfortable place to rest your hand. Get the nurse to bring you either a pillowcase or another sheet or something, because you need another layer on top of your skin before you put the ice on it. Otherwise it's too cold, you can't tolerate it. And so we get everything set up from another sheet, blanket, whatever it was, another layer to put on top of my hands. I kind of rest my hands on my lap, and then my husband would set the ice bags just on top of my hand. And then we do the same thing with my feet. I'd have the socks on, the same socks, keep going. I'd have those on, and then we'd set the ice bags on my feet. And so those apparently work because I never had any neuropathy. Till this day, I still don't have any neuropathy. I got pain in my feet, but that's like more like joint pain. It's not numbness, it's not tingling, it's no burning, nothing that indicates that it's neuropathy. And so I guess it works. Worth a try. So pass that along. Keep that in mind if you have any type of medication that may cause that, because and you don't have to upgrade. Again, these were a gift. Like, I didn't buy these. Someone got these for me because I told them what I was doing. These, they definitely work, but I will say it's a whole lot more colder and uncomfortable than the bags, because it was hard, like, coming up with like a layer of protection that I could put on my hand and then put my hand inside of the Magic Gel glove. But these are real easy to use. You just kind of put them in the freezer the night before, then throw them in your bag, and then like have something to where you can you could again put on your hand to give you some protection, because these things are super, super cold. So yeah, put your protective sleeve on, whatever the case may be, slide your hand in, and then close them up, and they keep everything cold, cold, cold. And so I would use these when I got these, but again, before I got these, it was just bags. And I continued to use the bags on my feet. I never changed anything with that. Okay, so yeah, Magic Gel. I'm pretty sure you can find these on Amazon as well. Again, I'm not an Amazon affiliate. Maybe one day Amazon will go ahead and approve me, but in the meantime, I'm not really focused on earning commission or anything like that. If I can still share some information that can help somebody, that's more important than anything. So again, check out Amazon Magic Gel little gloves. Okay. This was another little gift that I used sometimes, not much. Maybe one time, honestly, now that I think about it. But I definitely would still recommend it. Just the eye cover. Again, you're there for a very long time. The pre-medications that I had, one of the medications included Benadryl, which Benadryl knocked me out. There was one point when I had to ask them to lower the dose of Benadryl because the Benadryl was it was too much for me. I have put on some weight since then, so it may seem like I have a larger frame, but I'm pretty small. Most people say, I'm petite, and so whatever that dose was, that standard dose, I can't remember, I think it was like 50 milligrams, whatever it was, they had to cut it in half because it literally felt like it would take my breath away when they would give it to me. And of course it would, do that and have my heart racing. I was panicking and freaking out. And then I would get like super tired and sleep, most of the time that I was there, which, I mean, it's not a bad thing. If you don't have anything else to do, then by all means, cuddle up in your blanket and your sweatshirt and put your eye gear on, your eye cover on, and cozy it on out. But again, I didn't use it much, but I still would recommend it. It's Warmies, sorry. Warmies is the brand. They're microwavable. They have like a lavender scent to them. Very therapeutic, very relaxing. So again, still recommend them. Do you have to go out and buy it? No. But just something to consider. All right. Another major side effect that I had when I started the chemo pill, which I'll keep saying this because I know I've referenced it before. So in another video, I talked about how dry my hands and feet were. My hands are dry right now too, but it's not related to that. During the time when I was doing the chemo pill, Xeloda, it had like the major side effect for me was hand and foot syndrome. And so that's basically where it dries your hand and your feet out so bad that they are cracked and peeling and split. My hands weren't as bad as my feet. Eventually initially everything wasn't too bad at all on either extremity. But just over the course of time, and we went to another round, another round, another round. And so at some point, as we got to the final rounds of my therapy, it definitely caused a lot of pain and discomfort in my feet, because my feet, they split. They were looking as if someone took a razor and just slit my foot with it. And so there's a cream that the pharmacist sent. It was called like Udder Cream, a little like cream lotion that helped a little bit. But y'all, this castor oil, it got to the point where, like I said, it was so bad. My hands in between the where the bend of your fingers, everything was split, and everything was split, and so they were red, they were irritated, they were definitely like, it was in bad shape. They were dry, peeling, and so I went to the natural health store here in the area. Oh, thanks. Wow, that's disgusting. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I went to the natural health store in the area and just kind of explained what I was going through. And one of the young ladies that worked there recommended this. Castor oil, as you know, you can use it for your hands. You can use it use it for your skin. You can use it for your hair. It has multi, uses for castor oil. I used it on my hands and my feet and found immediate results. Like, my hands would feel so much more moisturized. Before, with the cream would work, but you have to apply it like so many times a day. And I never really, even with doing that, I never really felt like it did what this did once I started using this. So this kept my skin moisturized longer, and it just almost had like healing properties to it, to where, again, even the areas that were like split and open, it just didn't hurt. It didn't take as long to heal. Once I stopped taking the Zolota, like in between cycles, it was just a better experience. So I have recommended this to several people that I have come across that have had the same symptoms, and everyone is saying the same thing. Like, castor oil is definitely, that's the go-to. It works. Okay. So doesn't have to be this brand. Don't know, but check and see where you can get it from. I got it from a local store, but you may be able to order it online as well. But again, I recommend it for anybody that's on Zolota and anybody that's dealing with the hand and foot syndrome situation. That thing is thick. This big bottle is still pretty full. So, I mean, it goes a long way. You probably don't need a bottle that's this big, but the more the merrier. So lather up. On the note of the feet, this was something else that helped a lot. I found these, I know for a fact, on Amazon. I actually tried them with my sister one day for we were celebrating her birthday, and she just had a little girls get together and had these little packets for us to do, and along with some little face masks and things like that. It was just super girly. And so I tried them for the first time with her, and during that time I was dealing with the side effects of the Zolota really bad. My feet were split really bad and peeling really bad. It was hurting. It was hard to walk on. And after trying these, I immediately ordered them because they provided immediate relief. It has sunflower seed oil, avocado oil, and vitamin E in it. We know vitamin E has natural healing properties for your skin. It's perfect for your skin. Any of the other oils are just as great for your skin as well, along with castor oil, like these two, the combination of these. If you do have the split feet, you're going to immediately notice that they're going to feel better, and they're going to heal a whole lot faster with this combination. If you don't have it, still use this to prevent having what I'm talking about, because you don't want to have it. Okay, so I'll hold it up again so you can see. Again, I know I got this from Amazon, so get you some. Like I said, I didn't have a lot of side effects. One of the reasons I feel like I may not have had a lot of side effects, I don't know, is because I drank a lot of water. I drank this water a lot. It's the alkaline water that you can purchase. It's the Members Mark that I purchased at Sam's. I'm sure, Costco's, BJ's, whoever, they probably have their own line as well, Kirkland's or, whatever. But anyway, it's the alkaline water. And this is 33.8 fluid ounces. So it's a good size bottle. My goal would be to drink 2 of these at least 24 hours before I started treatment. And I continue to do it throughout the day of treatment and even the next day. I'm going to talk more about that whole process with the water in general, but even before that regimen, I would just be drinking a lot of water every day. It's important to drink a lot of water after your infusion, particularly because it helps to flush it out of your system faster. And so, of course, the faster maybe it gets out of your system, the less side effects you have on it, I'm assuming. But yeah, I drank a lot of water. So I encourage that. I mean, I feel like it helped. Again, I didn't have a lot of side effects. So if I'm going to share what I did and what I drank and all of that, then this is important. This is an important process of it. I'll probably do another video on the foods that I ate as well. So yeah, foods that I ate, do one on what helped during the recovery from mastectomy. But again, I just wanted to drop something in to help out with the chemotherapy side. And yeah, water was a big part of my chemotherapy journey. Lots and lots of water. Drink one of these at least once a day. Like I said, at least this is 33.8 fluid ounces. The more, the merrier, but definitely make sure you're getting your water in, okay? And definitely talk with your doctor. Talk to your doctor about any of these things that I've mentioned that you're just not too sure about. So like even with the, the ice therapy, mention that to your doctor first, and make sure that they're okay with it. Increasing the water intake, particularly around infusion time. Talk with your doctor about that. I'm talking about daughter. Talk with your doctor about your water intake. Talk with them about diet, nutrition, all of that good stuff. Any of that stuff. Make sure you just talk with them about it. That's what they're there for. Another thing that was super, super helpful, like I said, I didn't have neuropathy, so I didn't have numbness or tingling or burning or anything like that in my feet, but I do have, one of the side effects I have from who knows which medication at this point, because I've taken so much. I've been on like so many different things at this point. One of the side effects I have is real bad foot pain. So like I said, I had the hand and foot syndrome when I was going through the Zolota. I did the ice therapy when I was getting the Taxol to prevent neuropathy, which I don't have. However, I have really bad joint pain in my feet. So my feet feel like, I know I've said this in another video. I know I keep saying that because I know that I'm repeating a lot of stuff. But I know that my feet feel like I have hiked all day, or another comparison, me, being a nurse as well, I have worked 12-hour shifts many times. And so it feels like I have worked a 12-hour shift first thing in the morning when I wake up. Like I haven't worked night shifts or, I haven't worked 12-hour shifts in a very, very long time. And so to have that feeling when I have not been on my feet that long is a little annoying. And so my feet can give me a lot of discomfort. One of the things that I have found that helps with that type of pain is like deep, deep pain. Like if you rub it, it feels amazing. But I would need somebody that can sit there and rub my feet all day. Like just a quick little foot massage does not help it. It helps it in the moment, but if I can have somebody rub it all day, that'd be a different story. But one of the things that helps outside of massage is shoes. And so again, I am not promoting any type of brand. This is just what works for me. Yeezys, the Yeezy slides, not any Yeezy shoe. Yeezy by Adidas, also known as the shoe collaboration that Kanye West did with Adidas. These right here. These are the only shoes that help with that type of pain. I haven't even met like many people that describe their pain the same way. There's one other person that I saw recently comment in a group on Facebook that I'm in with other breast cancer survivors, that she talked about the same type of pain, like she's hiked all day, that type of pain. So again, it's not something that's very common. I haven't even connected with her to see what medication she was on to see if we can figure out what medicine actually causes this type of pain. But yeah, the pain is annoying. It's very annoying, and like I said, at this point, it's still here. It has been, quite a while since I've had, it's been over a year since I've had IV chemotherapy infusions. It's been several months since I've finished with Xeloda. So it's been enough time, I feel like, for things to kind of rebound and get back to normal. But I'm afraid that this is my new normal. I'm afraid that this is pain that I'm probably going to have for, some time to come. And so you got to figure out how to get through it, how you overcome it. So you just find other things to help with this side effect, with the, with the discomfort. And so, yeah, these slides, they feel amazing. They feel like as soon as I put my foot in the first time, like I immediately found relief. So highly recommend those. Another thing that I had was this prevention mouth rinse. So one side effect that I never had, but I know that people get it, is mouth sores from the chemotherapy. I did not want any sores in my mouth. Someone recommended this. Matter of fact, my sis, same one, we celebrated her birthday and did these. She got this for me actually, because someone had told her about it when she was going through her journey. And so we got this, and she told me to use it as a prevention type thing. And so anytime I went in for my infusions, I would immediately start using this for at least a week post-infusion. And I never, not once, not one time did I ever get any type of mouth sore. So again, it's kind of one of those things where, going back to the ice packs, I guess it worked. I know I never had those problems. So, hey, if you don't want those problems, it's at least worth a try, okay? And lastly, what I would take would be, it has nothing to do with side effects, but these were just important inspirational things that kept me going along my journey with the faith and the strength that I needed. And so I had this cute little book that was gifted by my friend, and my same friend that sent me the hand gels. She sent this. And so it just has little quotes and just encouraging truths to hold on to. What your heart needs for the hard days is what it's called. So definitely a lot of encouraging truths and scriptures and things like that are in it, that I would recommend, because you gotta make sure your faith and your spirit is in a good level, in a good place as well. And so that was something I had in my bag. I had this book by who's this one by? Oh, it just says it. John Wesley, How to Pray. Prayer is important. I had this one by, Jermaine Copeland, The Prayers That Avail Much. This was a gift that was sent to me. Some very powerful confessions that are in this, powerful scriptures and prayers that I focused on a lot during that journey. I have this, Confess God's Words. It's by Jesse Duplantis. I've had this for many, many years. It was a gift given to me after my brother was killed. And so, as you can imagine, it had healing. It had scriptures about like strength and peace and all of that for that situation. Well, it also has a lot about healing that's in it as well, a lot of scripture. And so, if you want to go on Jesse Duplantis ministries.com, then I would highly recommend that you purchase this and have this for anything that you're dealing with. Even if you're not dealing with anything, again, you still want to confess the word of God over your life, and just cover your mind, your spirit, your household, all of that. And then lastly, I had a little small book from Marilyn Hickey, Speak the Word. Again, all of these, as you can see, they just all focus on faith and the power of speaking the right things into your life and into the situation that you're going through. And like when I'm saying I didn't have a lot of side effects, I'm even saying like the nausea and vomiting. I didn't have that, especially like when I did the Taxol carbo phase of treatment. I didn't take because like your doctors are going to give you like medications that have at home. I'm not like going into all of that. That may be different for your treatment plan, but you know, you're gonna have medication on deck at home if you need it. I never needed it. And so the anti-nausea medicine, I have that still. And even when I switched over to the AC, which was the adriamycin, and the Cytoxin, I didn't have a lot of side effects then. I will say I did need to take some of the anti-nausea pills during that time. I didn't have a lot of I never threw up, but I did have a lot of queasiness with that phase that I know I've mentioned before. So I did have to take some medicine then, but other than that, I just didn't have a lot of side effects. So what else haven't I mentioned? Comfortable pants when you go into therapy. I know I talked about the sweatshirt, the blanket, leggings. I wore a lot of leggings, and like I said, easy slip-on shoes. It was all about just being comfortable where I could just be in a space to just be there for a while and be as relaxed and comfortable as possible. So yeah. Hats. I would wear hats too when I wasn't wearing the cover-ups, but I don't need to show that. Y'all know what hats are. So yeah, I'm sure it's other things that help you guys. What other things can you guys think of that's been helping? And so that's it. I'm sure this video is a whole lot longer than I wanted it to be, but I just wanted to share that. I've been wanting to share this for a while. And so just glad that I was able to take the opportunity to share these little things that help me. Like I said, specifically, a lot of these were when I was going through chemotherapy. Again, I didn't have a lot of side effects. So I don't have a lot, but between my caps and my ice packs and the castor oil and the mouth rinse and all of that, everything, it did what it needed to do to get me through. And so hopefully they can help someone else. And so any questions, feel free to put those down in the comments. Again, I'm not going to link a bunch of stuff just because, again, you can get whatever brand, whatever item you want to get. If you want to know specifically the ones that I use, again, just put something in the comments and I'll respond back and share whatever link I find from there. But you don't have to get all caught up on the links and stuff, because the more important thing is that you know what you can get to help you along the way, not necessarily to promote any one company over the other. You can get stuff from Target, Walmart, Amazon, Walgreens, CVS. I don't care where you get it from. I just want you to know what you can get to help you. That's what's more important. So I don't really want to, like I said, go ahead and already have a whole bunch of links there. I want you to be able to find it. You may be able to find things locally. You may have a health store like I have. So again, that's what's more important, that you know, okay, I can get some castor oil. I can get this mouth rinse, things like that. All right, guys, thank you so much. Okay, Mateo wants cheese. Thank you so much. And remember to subscribe, again, comment, and I will help you any way that I can. And I'm going to do one really soon about the items that helped me when I was recovering from the mastectomy as well. Some of these may be repeats. I'm pretty sure these are going to be repeats. But again, I'll share that in another video. All right, guys. Thanks.